This is a demo of Oscar Radius for Apple Motion to be used in Final Cut Pro. Oscar stands for on-screen controls and rigging. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make our set to 1920 by 1080. We're going to add a generator, a soft gradient. Then we're going to go to stop brains and go to radius. Now, this is very similar to twirl or bulge on-screen controls, which many people have used. I'm using this example to show the basic distinguishing elements of the tool that I have created. Now, once we have it, we need to go back. First of all, we need to put Oscar Radius on it. Or this is so much. This wouldn't be a problem for soft gradient, but it would be a problem for other things such as text that have a smaller bounding box. So let's go ahead and leave Oscar Radius there. Now let's do the soft gradient. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set the X position. Notice I'm using the normalized coordinates 0 to 1. Avalanche behavior, like drop the coordinate, go down to filters, Oscar Radius, coordinates, position X. We're going to do the same with Y. And we got filters, Oscar Radius, coordinates, Y. Now we need to set the radius. So we're set the radius. Now, this is interesting. When using pixels on something such as radius, we have to scale it 500 times the normal size, which is, it just seems to be a bit of a hiccup in the length behavior in motion. And you'll see what I mean. The moment we get Oscar Radius and we set radius pixels, it disappears. It hasn't disappeared. It's just really, really small. So if we set scale to 500, now you'll see that it actually fits in the radius. Another distinguishing factor you'll see between mine stuff and the built-in twirl and bulge on-screen controls is that when you go over it, you actually see the circle highlight and the cursor change, which I think the cursor does change on something, but not quite as much as it does here. See, we can drag this, we can make it bigger, smaller. And I wanted to show, and would you make the anchor point any size? Now, this doesn't change the radius, this just changes the anchor point. So we can make it really small, or we can make it really big. And that is just representing the anchor. So let's go ahead and set that to 5. So it's really small. But you see that it's a little bit bigger when it's selected. And that's because it expands the dimensions by 2 pixels. Now we can make this 100 and see how it gets so much bigger. Let's just make it 10 to make it obvious. And let's make the circle fill when it's selected. So now it's selected. Okay. We can change, of course, the color fill when it's selected. See it changes there. If we go to unselected, this is interactive because you can actually see it at once. Oh, the color fill. We need to use fill. All right. And you can see it's changing, although it's really small. Expand further expands the actual area that is used for selection. So if we expand this to like 150, see, we get generally even close, and it's 150 pixels out. Now, if we set this to 0, you see, you have to be pretty much right on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that 10. Now, one of the other interesting things, well, we also have shadow, which uses shadow softness. And to show you how that works, I'm going to go ahead add some text. Let's go ahead and go here and go to style, fashion, make it bigger. Now, when we have our radius, we're moving it around. Let's say we want to put the center exactly on the top of the apostrophe. We can press cap locks, and when we do, it's magnifying what's there. So this is the apostrophe. So we're going to go to the top of the apostrophe and let it there. So now it's exactly on the top of the apostrophe. Now we can also do the same with this. And this is the paren or the radius. So let's say we want to set it to the right of the R. So we get right to the right of the R. And now we've set our center, our anchor, and we've set the radius with magnification. Now, this is really useful. The magnification tool is really useful, obviously. And it's going to become more useful as I get done building M&E tools such as guides and different things such as that. That'll all be in the OSCs elements, which we'll go over in another example. So that's where I wanted to show you for now.